This is Single Pack Link. To learn more about the Game Boy Advance Single Pack multiplayer functionality, such as how to connect compatible games with GBA link cables, be sure to check out my how-to video, link in the description. Konami Collector Series Arcade Advance is a compilation of 6 classic Konami titles, 4 of which are compatible with the Single Pack multiplayer option. Scramble and Gyruss are the 2 games that do not have a Single Pack multiplayer mode. But the Single Pack Link option found in Frogger, Time Pilot, Yi Air Kung Fu, and Russian Attack are actually thoughtful and play better than you might assume. Frogger is an iconic classic arcade game that fully embraces the whole frenemy thing when it comes to the multi-boot mode. Both frogs are tasked with reaching the other side of the highway and then the river, filling in each of the 5 slots at the top of the stage. The player with the higher score wins, and the game is over when all 5 slots are filled. Point bonuses are awarded for jumping on that sexy lady frog or collecting that fly icon at the finish line, just like in the arcade game. Each game in this retro compilation has an easy-to-read final tally screen too. Even if noobs are playing, each match lasts about a minute, which is the perfect amount of time to play a simple single-pack linking game. In short though, this is Frogger with 2 players, and it's actually kind of fun. Time Pilot also has a considerate yet unexpected 2-player mode. Instead of shooting down your opponent in a dogfight as you might assume, each player instead competes for a high score in their own world. Individual planes will randomly fly into your screen, earning points with each kill, but then an occasional group of planes will fly together and if defeated will yield a large point bonus. Like Frogger, the player with the higher score at the end wins. With the simple presentation, easy to understand controls, and short burst gameplay, Time Pilot's multi-boot mode plays better than you might think. The third game, Yi Air Kung Fu, even with its early fighting game mechanics, is still pretty impressive for a single-pack multiplayer mode. There are over a dozen fighters, and each one feels unique even though there's only 2 buttons. Matches are also 1 win only, so fights are quick and encourage players to experiment with the large roster. There's only 1 background available in the multi-boot mode, and it's no Street Fighter or Mortal Kombat, but this simple one-on-one fighter has a classic charm that still entertains today. Seriously, Yi Air Kung Fu might look a little goofy or clunky by today's standards, and yeah, it is, but you're still not going to mind playing a few matches. Russian Attack, in my opinion, has the most special single-pack link multiplayer option, as this mode was created just for the GBA game. To my knowledge, this one long stage is not found in either the NES or arcade versions, making it an exclusive stage of this classic game, only found in this mode, found only on this forgotten GBA compilation. Sort of like Frogger's multiplayer mode, both players work together, but the one with the higher score is ultimately declared the winner. And working together is a must because this game is challenging, just like the single player option, but it's worth mentioning that the control scheme has been overhauled in comparison to the NES original. Since the GBA has more buttons, jumping is now assigned to a face button instead of pressing up, which makes for a more comfortable and natural experience. Watch out, however, for those jerk jump kickers, as they can unfairly kill you if the screen is moving as the camera tries to keep up with both players. Like the other games though, it only takes a minute to reach the end, that is if you don't run out of lives. I guess it can get a little repetitive since the single pack link mode only has 1 stage, but again, this stage can only be played in this version of the game. There is one unfortunate compensation when playing the single pack link mode of Russian Attack. If player 1, for example, runs out of lives, the screen uneventfully freezes in place while player 2 continues the fight. It would have been better if the screen would at least follow player 2, or if there was a live sharing option, but it really isn't the end of the world since playtime is short anyway. Each of these 4 games has a longer than normal loading time, and player 2 must restart the GBA if a new game is loaded. Thoughtfully, player 1 does not need to restart the GBA and can simply back out to the main menu if wanting to change games. Konami's Collector Series Arcade Advance is actually a pretty solid compilation. Sure, it's missing classics like Contra, Gradius, or even Salamander, but what's here is nicely done. It's also an inexpensive cartridge, even with today's prices, so it's recommended to check out this retro handheld compilation and try that single pack link option. You might be surprised. So what do you think? Are you a fan of classic Konami titles? What other classic Konami compilations would you like to see? And why is it classic Metal Gear and the DS Castlevanias? Let me know in the comments. And if you like this single pack link coverage, be sure to check out all my other single pack link videos right here on my channel. Thank you for watching, and until next time, game on.